All right, faithful, that is the wrap for the Monday Night Football, the last Monday Night Football game of this year, and I'm glad it's over. Final score from Levi's, the 49ers lose tonight against the Detroit Lions, 40-34. This was going to be a tough game. I mean, you can say that the 49ers were playing in a meaningless game. I guess they're just playing for pride at this point because knowing that their season's already over. Tonight's loss, you are now 6-10 on the season, and then you got the season finale against the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. So, boy, I guess the positive thing about tonight's game from what I saw was I love the fact that Ricky Pearsall looked really damn good tonight. 8 catches for 141 yards and a touchdown. The Niners have a building block there. Niners for sure have a building block in Ricky Pearsall. I even like what I saw from Isaac Guerrero tonight as well. He carried the ball 9 times. He had 34 yards, but his movement without the ball and even just blocking and going down the field, I like Isaac Guerrero. I know that we have Jordan Mason. I know that we have Christian McCaffrey, but, that's a good 3-back set. And McCaffrey, Mason, and now Guerrero. So really good to see him get his moment while those two have been out with the injuries. And, Brock Purdy had 3 touchdowns today. He did throw for 377 yards, but he had 2 interceptions. Question about, is he the long-term guy? Do you see him getting paid $60 million a season and being that guy? The Niners have to make a big decision on Brock Purdy. For what it's been reported, for what it's been said, they are really high on Brock Purdy, and they will discuss a possible extension once the season's over and once the offseason activities get rolling. But there's still some out there that think that he is not the long-term guy. In tonight's game, in a meaningless game, he threw 2 picks, but let's just say if this was playoff implications on the line, let's just say if this was a playoff caliber game, similar to how it was last season against these guys in the title game, Brock Purdy stepped up big time. He came through big time last year. But obviously, we're not talking about last year. We're talking about tonight's game and where Brock Purdy has been this year. Yeah, you can say that he's been up and down. Yeah, you can say that a big part of that's because all of his weapons have been hurt. And when you're the quarterback, if you're healthy, in order to be in the elite status of, being that, making that salary annually and yearly per season, you want your quarterback to shine and be great and show worthy of it. That's still a question for Brock Purdy. It's going to be interesting to see what the Niners do, man, honestly speaking, when it comes to Brock Purdy. I'm a fan of his game. I like Brock Purdy. But there's, a hefty price for that type of play for a quarterback. It's going to come down to what the front office wants to do. And from what it's been reported, that they possibly are going to look into extending him. And whether that's the right move or not, it'll be yet to be remain to be seen. But they're really high on Brock Purdy moving forward. So with that being said, not much to look forward to the final season finale on Sunday against the Cardinals. I do know that Kyle Shanahan played all of his head honchos today. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, they've all been banged up. George Kittle played. Knowing that they've all been banged up, it really shows me how much pride and joy they have playing in the game of football on the field. Knowing that you're eliminated from the playoffs, you still want to play and show the youngsters, some of your younger players and your draft picks and your rookies on the team that, this is the 49ers way. Whether we are playing for something or whether we're not playing for something, or whether it's just pride and joy, we're still going to go out and play physical and play hard. But tonight, they fell short. Got to give credit where it's due. Detroit Lions had this game circled on the calendar. Let's just face it. The way they lost last year and the way they came in for the NFC title game, the Niners made a comeback on that 17-point deficit back then last year to come back and beat them and advance to the Super Bowl. And the Lions had this game circled on their calendar. And they came out. They were obviously playing for something when it comes to the playoffs and the seeding implications. So They won the game. Got to give them credit where it's due. They came in, they took care of business, and they won. So with that being said, we'll catch you guys in the season finale video. Looking forward to seeing how the 49ers wrap the season up with the win or a loss. We shall see. I will catch you guys then.